Hey yo guys, welcome to the return of Down and Dirty with the Dirty White Boy. So let's get dirty. Anyway, first question's from Sultan Hamed 69. He says, when do you think the wrestling will reach its next boom period? You know, when the ratings are in the 6s and 7s, I think it'll happen when Cena comes here, WWE gets very edgy, and when do you think the next Attitude Era will be? There'll never be another Attitude Era again there. Sultan Man, or whatever your name was. There never will be another Attitude Era. That was a special time when it'll never happen again. And I don't know. I mean, wrestling, I think it'll happen when, like, 3 companies, it's again, like, ROH gets a TV deal, and, you know, TNA's now going 2 hours, like, tomorrow their 2 hours they're on, and, you know, WWE fixes its problems. I think with Cena now being injured, you know, they can bring him back, and, you know, he can maybe come back saying, you know, you fans pushed me too hard, and he can turn heel that way. I mean, you know, maybe we can get our boom period. I kind of agree we could get a boom period with Cena heel, maybe, but I don't really. I don't know if Cena's your right guy there. I don't know. Cena is your right guy marketing-wise, but I don't know, in the ring, no. And again, you know, everyone else was there. Keep contradicting myself. I don't think we're going to see a boom period for a very long time. But anyway, thanks for the questions. Next 2 questions are from DJ Petco, and he goes, my first question is Vince McMahon the one to blame for steroid uses in the WWE? He always pushed bigger and more muscular wrestlers. That he did. He definitely does love the big men, but, you know, it's not him forcing you to take steroids. He says, you know, you just need to get bigger. Well, I mean, most people just automatically, I don't take steroids to get bigger. Well, you know, you can get big by working out hard and, you know, doing good training. I mean, most of those guys get lazy and they just have to take the steroids to get there. It's not his fault for the steroids. It's not really his fault. It's his fault for pushing these big men who have no skill in the ring, really. Maybe can cut a decent promo. They're just huge, and it gets the that in these wrestlers that, hey, I gotta get big or else I'm not gonna get a big push. So there. And then his next question is, do you agree that a good match is worthless unless the wrestlers are over and there is a storyline behind the match? I completely disagree with that. A good match is when you have 2 people with good chemistry and they go and work and do many things to impress the fans. They get the fans popping and doing all these actions. Like, I saw a match on cable a couple of years ago, like the local cable, I think it was PWA, I'm not sure, of 2 guys who I had no clue, and I enjoyed the match thoroughly. I didn't know the storyline, didn't know anything back there. I mean, if you just have 2 guys who can go, I mean, you can get a damn good match. I mean, a good feud is built with a good storyline and great matches, but, you know, you don't necessarily need a good storyline or anything to get in there. So anyway, thanks for those, Pecto. Next questions are from Mets1223. If you were to start your own wrestling company, who would you make as your world champion and why? They can be dead or alive wrestlers. So who would I make as my world champion? Probably right now, Punk. Just because Punk is, you know, he's great in the ring. He's be a great heel champion, go through everyone. And, you know, he can sell merchandise. He can do promos, he can do that. And he can sell merch. I know he can. And what was your fave wrestling gimmick and faction in wrestling history? My fave gimmick in wrestling is, like, you know, the pimp, the I'm better than you guy, like the Ric Flair Nature Boy 80s gimmick. That was my favorite gimmick. And my favorite faction, I don't know, faction stable, I don't know, I go with the Heenan family just because there were some greats in there. You know, you had Stud, you had Rude, you had Perfect. I like that. I consider that my stable. That was my favorite stable. I like the Horsemen too. Next questions are from Twisted Prince. What do you think of Shannon Moore? I think Shannon Moore is a decent wrestler who's never going to go anywhere in WWE because they don't push the small guy. And, you know, Vince hates cruiserweights. He never really created the cruiserweight style, so he won't push any of them, really. Is he underrated? Yeah, he's a bit underrated, but now he's a bit stale. I mean, he hasn't done anything, really. I just you'll really remember him as Matt Hardy's bitch. Was he better in WWE, TNA, or WCW? Well, WWE, he's going nowhere and fast. His only highlight in WWE feud-wise was against Punk. TNA, he was there for a cup of coffee. I guess WCW was in a pretty decent, faction, but, you know, he teamed with Gregory Helms and as 3 count. You know, they had some good stuff going on there. And is he a good wrestler? Yeah, there's no denying that he's a talented wrestler. I mean, he's definitely better than Cena or anyone, but, you know, he's good. He's just going nowhere. He's a bit spot monkeyish, but he's damn good. I like Shayna more. Do you think this next questions are from Garcia7889. Do you think Chris Jericho coming back to WWE will boost WWE's rating? Well, yeah, I mean, now especially, I mean, with Cena out, I mean, it'll help because the fact that Raw right now could be Triple H versus Vince McMahon, or Vince McMahon sending someone in there, you know how it would be. So Jericho will add a new element. He'll bring the comedy back, like a good sense of humor back. You know, he'll just bring a lot of the stuff back. He'll bring the old fans maybe back to watching Raw. I just wish they would announce when he comes back. Like, I don't like this 2-2-1 or whatever it's called thing. But thanks for the question. Next is from Kenna O'Doby. Sorry if I got your name wrong. Who's your favorite, well, you say superstar, but it's wrestler in TNA, WWE, and ROH? And if you could assemble a 5-man Survivor Series team from any company, who would be in it? TNA is probably I have like 2 or 3. Styles, Daniels, Joe, and the Guns. I like a lot of others guys, but those would be. WWE would be Punk, MVP, Benjamin. That's about it for now. That's who I can only think of. And ROH, pretty much the whole roster I enjoy. I mean, I enjoy from ROH. Oh, I was going to say Punk, but he was in there. I was going to say Homicide, but he's not there. Guinness. I like Danielson. I don't like Whitmer. I don't like... he comes from... I like Delirious, Strong, Rocky Romero, and yeah, all those guys. And my 5-man Survivor Series team from any company would probably be Joe, the Machine Guns, Daniels, and AJ. How about that? It'll be a sweet team. Next question's from PWG Tuber. Thanks for the question, by the way, Ken Adobe. I heard on your last vid that you're getting into PWG. So far, who's your favorite wrestler in PWG? And what's your favorite Noah match? I have not seen Noah, so I don't have a favorite match. I have to be perfectly honest, I've not seen a single Noah match. My favorite wrestler in PWG is probably Joey Ryan, or Super Dragon. Really getting into Super Dragon. Just because he's got a sweet gimmick, and... oh, Joey Ryan's funny because, you know, when he became PWG champ, he was a little bit boring, and then he grew his mustache out, and he grew his hair out, and then, you know, he had asthma, and he would use the asthma puffer to get over it. So that's why I like... Joey Ryan's my favorite, actually. Anyway, thanks for that, PWG Tuber. Keep commenting and posting comments on my vids. Next is from ECW Hardcore 07. Would you like to see Dean Malenko have one more match, thus retiring the Cruiserweight belt? I like to see him have another match, but I don't think he need to retire the Cruiserweight belt. I mean, if he has another match, make it against Mysterio, one of his rivals in WCW. But you don't need to retire the Cruiserweight belt, because the Cruiserweights other than are just going to be jobbers, and, you know, they need something to fight for. Granted, the title's on Hornswoggle still, which is bullshit. Well, I don't care, really. That belt means nothing. But anyway, do you think WCW would have lived if Eric Bischoff bought WCW? It probably would have, but I don't know. I mean, they were kind of in a hole. Bischoff would have tried so hard, but he really couldn't have fixed anything to the extent. They'd still be dead to this day, I think. Personally, that's what I just think. And would you like TNA or WWE to bring back the War Games match? TNA sort of has it with the Lethal Lockdown. That's kind of their thing. I heard WWE's going to do it, but I don't know. I mean, War Games I would love to see bring... I don't care which company brings it back. Bring War Games back in general. Next questions are from Hot Scott. Oh, thanks for the questions, Jim. Next questions are from Hot Scott 619. Hey, White Boy, do you think WWE will do with Colt Cabana? What do you think they'll do with Colt Cabana if they pick him up from OVW? If they're smart, they'll watch some ROH and see how he was with the Second City Saints. I don't know. You can bring him in on, I think, Smackdown, make him a comedy and feud him with MVP. How about that? That'd be sweet. I mean, you have to build him over a little bit, but, you know, that would be a sweet feud for the U.S. title. Let's see if I can rush and get these done with a couple seconds left. I have to break this up. Anyway, we're going to have to do 2 parts. Anyway, guys, catch you in part 2 of the return of Down and Dirty with the Dirty White Boy. Anyways, check you later. Peace.